Hello there guys, welcome to my trophy collection and goals video. Today we'll be going over what trophies I have, what games I've played, the games that are in technically my backlog, the games that I want to complete, the games that I've done. We're going to go through all of that today and let's shoot over to my PSN profile. So here's my PSN profile. If you're not familiar with this website, this is probably the go-to website for trophy hunting in my opinion. It's got a community around it as well. There's a bunch of forum activity. So if you want to chat about particular games or particular trophies, if you need help, the community is there to assist you and give you tips and tricks. There's a bunch of guides. It's really active. Bear in mind, I just want to preface this, I am quite new to this website. I've only taken trophy hunting seriously in the past, I would say maybe month. I started in June and it's still July, so I'm still fairly new to this, and that's why my stats aren't particularly the best. But yeah, like I just want to go through this. I can see myself doing this for quite a long time, and this is totally doable video wise, giving you little updates on my trophy journey basically. And yeah, I'm just gonna go through this. So the format of this, I first want to go through basically all of the games that I have played on my account. There are more games that I've actually deleted. So specifically the trophy lists that have 0%, I have deleted. There's only one game that I haven't deleted, and that's It Takes Two. And I just want that game there because I want that as a reminder to play, because it's a phenomenal co-op game. Anyway, the format will be, I'm going to go through each of these games, all of these games here, and then I will touch on, if you can see here, the trophy cabinet, the rarest trophies, and the trophy milestones. I'll just touch on them. I will go into depth on maybe a few of them, especially this one, this Parappa the Rapper 2 trophy. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's just get started. Again, I'll just say, this is going to be more of like an audio style video. So put me in the background, you know, do your cooking, do your laundry, put me in a different tab, you know, forget about me, do whatever. You don't necessarily need to, you know, view the video. But anyway, guys, let's get started. So, hey guys, VoiceOver Connor here. I just want to say that one of my main goals for this is to eventually 100% or platinum every single game that you see today. I know that this is going to be a bit of a mammoth task, but I am pretty driven to actually do this. So I hope you join me on this journey. The games that I've played. Right, here we go. So, games played, technically 82. 82 games. Let's go through them. Okay. A Way Out, Ape Escape 2, Arcadegeddon, Bioshock, Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3, Borderlands the Pre-Sequel, Broforce, Cities Skylines, Control, Cuphead, Curse of the Dead Gods, Danger Scavenger, Days Gone, Dead Rising 2, Downwell, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Erica, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, Fantasy Strike, FIFA 17, oh my gosh, Fighting EX Layer, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Final Fantasy X HD, Frostpunk, Goat Simulator, Gone Home, Grand Theft Auto 5, Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator, It Takes Two, Journey, Just Cause 3, Little Nightmares, Medieval, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, Metro 2033 Redux, Mighty No. 9, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Night in the Woods, Nitro Plus Blasters, Heroines Infinite Duel, Overcooked, Overcooked 2, Parappa the Rapper 2, Patapon, Persona 5, Prey, Rayman Legends, Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Resident Evil Village, Saints Row, Gat Out of Hell, Siren, Slay the Spire, Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania, Soul Calibur 6, South Park The Fractured Butthole, South Park The Stick of Truth, Stranded Deep, Street Fighter 5, Team Sonic Racing, Tekken 7, The Evil Within, The King of Fighters 14, The Sims 4, The Walking Dead, The Telltale Definitive Series, The Wolf Among Us, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, Titan Souls, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Until Dawn, White Boys with Attitude, The Pursuit of Money, the XCOM 2, Yakuza 0, and Yakuza Kiwami. Those are all of the games that I have played on this account. I would say, to give an overall, I think there are some really solid games. I would say 3/4 of these games I really enjoy. Some of the games are a little bit of a slog, but overall, these games are fun. And I can see myself fully completing every single game that I've just mentioned. Now, there are some standouts, but I think I'll save that for a little bit later. Let's just go over the trophy cabinet here. So, these are trophies that I've specifically put in this cabinet. If you're not part of the premium gang, your max trophies, the max trophies that you can put on in the trophy cabinet is 3. So these are my 3. Valhalla, The Never-Ending Path, and Legendary Phantom Thief, and these are from XCOM 2, Street Fighter 5, and Persona 5. 2 of these are platinum, and 1 of these are gold. This particular one, Valhalla, difficult, really, really difficult, and I will be going for the platinum for this game eventually. This will be probably one of my milestone platinums, XCOM 2, because it's a brutally hard game, brutally hard. But yeah, but I feel like I've played enough of the game so that it's doable. So I'm really excited for that. Now, the rarest trophies. This is honestly, this is quite of a surprising one. Street Fighter 5. On PSN profiles, it has less than 1% of players having this platinum trophy. This is a bit of a grind of a trophy, but honestly, I was playing this game since launch, so it wasn't too much of a big deal for me getting this platinum. The only tough trophy that I had to get this platinum was the extreme difficulty on survival. On the base version, launch version of the game, survival mode was extremely hard. On extreme, it was brutal. But with updates to the game, they had a new addition where you could use items during survival. And that meant that survival became easier. Not super easy, but easier. And that's how I was able to do that trophy and then eventually get the platinum, because I did that. Valhalla, if we just go into this quickly, hopefully this doesn't mess up my layout. No, it doesn't. I am still new to this, guys. Here we go. Beat the game on Commander Plus difficulty in Iron Man mode. If you're not familiar with Iron Man modes in video games, it just means that if you die for good. So, so specifically with XCOM 2, when a soldier dies, they die. It's like that in other modes. When they die. But in Iron Man mode, the game automatically saves if a soldier dies. So you can't necessarily kind of like save scum and all of that kind of stuff. There are ways around that, but I didn't bother doing that. I did it legit. And yeah, honestly, the XCOM 2 is a super fun game. The PS4 port though, oh, it's got some issues, man. Like some technical issues, which is such a shame. It's still a great game though, and I will try to platinum it. Back from Hell, this was the trophy that I was talking about. I'm pretty sure. Yep, so survival mode on extreme. Yeah, this is no joke. Yep, I can see why 2% of people have done this. But now it's easier. It's just a matter of doing it. I'm pretty sure extreme mode is 100 fights. Yeah, so 100 fights in a single life. A bit of a grind. But with the items, the fights can go really quick. So it's doable. If you really want the platinum, it's doable. So Defender of Humanity. Now I actually need to remind myself what this is. Overthrow the aliens on Commander difficulty. Right, yeah, so I naturally did this because I was going for the Iron Man trophy anyway. So now this one. This trophy, dude. Oh my god, I don't see enough people talking about this. This is so difficult. This is such a difficult trophy. On paper, unlock all records in the record shop. That doesn't sound bad. You unlock records by completing stages in cool mode. If you've ever played this game, it seems random when you go into cool mode. So you're playing the game normally, you know, you're freestyling, you're being, you know, parapper, you know, doing your thing, spitting on the mic, you know, bars, right? But cool mode means you have to freestyle in a particular way for the game to register that, oh wow, what you just did was cool. There are videos explaining how you can get cool mode consistently. I watched those videos. I tried to emulate what they were doing. I could not do it. So for me, it was kind of going in hard and just brute forcing this trophy. This took hours. I could not tell you how many hours playing the same levels over and over and over again, the same songs again, over and over. If I had any tip, I would say unlock the highest difficulty you can, because from what I found out, it's more consistent. It's more consistent. Cool mode, if you play on hard, that's just me. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. And there's also one trophy where you have to complete, you have to defeat each stage on versus mode on the highest level as well. Bear in mind, you unlock the highest level when you beat them once. So you have to beat all of these stages in versus mode, so not in story mode, in versus mode once, so that's 8 times, and then you have to complete it on the highest difficulty again another 8 times. So that one was a bit of a grind. I'm pretty sure this, so yeah, so unlock all, so and that's how you unlock the last record. So yeah, unlock all records, brutally hard. There's a reason why 2.41% of people have 100%ed this game. It's literally just because of this one trophy. This trophy is difficult. It's so difficult. So that's my rarest trophies. If you want to know, I've got 29 ultra rares. You know, I'm working on it. Trophy milestones. Here we go. Let's just go over this. I'll go over the Street Fighter 5 one because my camera is actually getting in the way a bit. So mastering the basics. This was my first ever trophy. To give you a history lesson, I bought my PS4 for Street Fighter 5. Yep, I don't regret it one bit. That was a system seller for me. I am a huge fan of Street Fighter. That is probably one of my favorite franchises. If I was to be a fanboy, for any game developer, it would be Capcom. I love Resident Evil as well. So, yeah, it was a system seller for me. I got this back in February, literally when the game came out. It was a couple days after the launch. The game launched while I was in Sweden competing in a Smash Bros tournament, which was part of the Beast. The tournament series was called Beast, and it was in Gothenburg, and it was a really cool experience. So the game launched while I was there. They actually had setups for Street Fighter V at the event as well. So I was playing it when I wasn't doing my tournament matches. I was playing Street Fighter V launch. You know, people were messing about with the game. I was getting smoked by Birdie. I was playing Nikali and Nash, and then Nash would be eventually my first main in Street Fighter V Season 1. So, yep, great game. Great game now. On launch, it was a bit of a dumpster fire, but now it's a really solid game, a bunch of content, a bunch of characters, yeah, and the online is still semi active, so I would still recommend the game. Yeah. And my first platinum naturally is Street Fighter V. Yeah. Great game. Yeah, again. So my fastest platinum, Resident Evil 3. This is a really, really easy platinum to do. And it's only easy because if you go through the game on New Game Plus, Inferno, with infinite rocket launcher, infinite ammo, this game is so easy. It's so easy to get the platinum, and that's why it's the fastest. When I did this platinum, I'm pretty sure this platinum was my third platinum. I might be wrong, but I'm fairly certain it was my third ever platinum. When I platinumed this, I went back to Resident Evil 2 Remake, and I platinumed it. So I was in a Resident Evil mood, and I think the modern Resident Evil games, especially the modern remakes, are absolutely phenomenal games. Resident Evil 3 does have its issues, but still, it's still a solid game. I think people can be a little bit butthurt about Resident Evil 3, but in its own context, I think it is still a solid game. Resident Evil 2, in my opinion, is pinnacle. I would honestly say pinnacle Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2 Remake is a phenomenal game, must buy, you need to play it. If you don't like Resident Evil, still pick this up, give it another try. Resident Evil 2, great game. 500th trophy, first encounter, Just Cause 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through all of the ones that I don't, 500th trophy, I guess this is cool. First encounter, yeah. It's like a whatever trophy. My 1000th trophy is fully researched. The Houdini splicer. So yeah, that's from BioShock. BioShock's a great game. Just Cause 3 is a great game as well. I'm not trying to say that Just Cause 3 is like a what game, like a whatever game, but yeah, it's just like, it was just a whatever trophy anyway. BioShock, great game. Here we go. My 1337th trophy. Precise Insight, Persona 5. Persona 5 is a great game. Persona 5 ignited my drive to get platinum trophies. I thoroughly enjoyed this game, and I think its platinum trophy list, well, its trophy list in general, is quite varied actually. It's a bit easy. You can actually make it very, very easy. If you start the game on safe and skip every possible cutscene and just go about the game like that, you can go through this game really quickly. Would I recommend that? No. I would recommend still playing on normal. If you struggle with RPGs, well, specifically JRPGs, I would say play on easy. But if you're familiar, play on normal. Give the game a chance. It is a bit of a slow start, in my opinion. It does take a couple of hours for you to seriously get into the game, but as soon as you're in, you can't get out, man. This is such a phenomenal game. Great, in my opinion, great characters. I know people have problems with some of the characters, but I think the characters are great. The gameplay is there. The soundtrack, don't even get me started on the soundtrack, man. Oh my god, Persona soundtracks are godlike. I don't care what anyone says, godlike soundtrack, one of the best in gaming. I'm so excited for when they eventually port over these games to PS4 slash, whatever, PS5. I'll be getting those games. I'll be getting Persona 3, Persona 4, all of that, yeah. And trying to platinum them. Yeah, fan of the series now, 100%. My 10th platinum, I made sure that this game was my 10th platinum. I looked into the possible milestones that you could get, and one of them is 10th platinum. So it goes from, your first platinum to your 10th, then your 20th, 30th, 40th, 50th, and when it's after the 50th, it then goes to 75th, and then from there, it's different. Resident Evil Platinum Splatinum. What a great name for a platinum trophy as well. This game is my all-time favorite video game. You cannot match this game. It is a masterpiece. A lot of Resident Evil fans say that their most favorite Resident Evil is, the classic, some of the classic trilogy. You've got Resident Evil 4, you've got the remakes as well. Well, specifically Resident Evil 2. In my opinion, the Resident Evil remake, I actually cannot see any negatives with this game. I truly think this is a masterpiece of video gaming. What a phenomenal game. Originally released on GameCube, made by Capcom. It got an HD remaster, improved it graphically. The only qualm that I have with the HD version is you can play on widescreen. When I play on widescreen, I feel like something is taken away. And when you walk over to the edge of the screen, the camera, if you notice, actually moves. And I think that actually affects the game quite a bit doing that. And with the new control scheme, yeah, it's good to have. Does it make the game a little bit easier? It does, but those are just massive nitpicks in my opinion. The game itself, phenomenal. The controls match the game. They match what the game is trying to go for, and I'm mentioning that because that's one of the major problems new players have when they first play this game. You need to adapt. The controls are suited for the game, and in a way the game is playing you. Phenomenal game. If I was to ever give a game a 10 out of 10, it would be this game. I don't see any major problems, only nitpicks, like super minute nitpicks with this game. Other than that, absolute masterpiece. Had to get that as my 10th platinum. Such an important game for me. My 1500th trophy, Magic Erica. This game is, it had some potential. It's an FMV game. It's similar to like the Telltale games. You pick dialogue options. You've got some. I think there's quick time events. They're not necessarily super quick. They're just like events that you have to do like shit on the touchpad on your PS4 controller. Would I recommend it? Yeah, it's a really easy platinum. It is a bit of a slog though, because you have to complete the game multiple times. You have to see certain endings. You need to do certain things while going through the story to earn trophies. And that means watching the same cutscenes. Well, for most of the playthroughs, most of the same cutscenes over and over and over again. And you can't skip them. So this will take some time, but it's really easy. This is basically a guaranteed platinum. It's just following a guide, knowing what to do, and committing the time to it. Last but not least, my latest platinum, South Park: The Fractured Butthole, more powerful than you think. What a cracking game. This is such a cool game. I would say this is my favorite South Park game. I think, yeah, I would say so. I would say so. The Stick of Truth has its moments as well. I think the Fractured Butthole refines the gameplay and the exploration, and it just makes it a even better package for South Park fans. This is an RPG. It's grid based. It's still turn based, but it's grid based. So certain moves will only hit on certain grids, and you have to move on grids. In a way, it's a little bit more complicated compared to the Stick of Truth. The story, I think the story was good. The story was good. The story was really funny. These games are just so funny. If you're a fan of South Park, you need to play this game. If you haven't played this game already, like, what are you doing? The platinum itself, it was fairly easy. I would recommend playing this game on Mastermind on your first playthrough. I would say play as a black character. You'll know why. You'll know why if you play the game. Play a black character and Mastermind from the get-go. When I played on normal on my first playthrough, I thought it was really easy. On Mastermind, there are moments of challenge, but again, it's still kind of easy if you're familiar with that type of game. And why you need to do a black character and Mastermind is because there is a trophy that you have to get by completing the game with a black character on Mastermind difficulty. That will save you a second playthrough. What I had to do was, because I played as a black character on normal, it didn't pop, and what that meant was I had to play the game a second time on Mastermind. I had every other trophy unlocked, it was just that one, and I had to play the entire game again. So that was another, I would say maybe 10 hours of gameplay. So if you want to save that time, just go straight into having a black character and playing on Mastermind difficulty. Now I want to go over a few key games that are a little bit stand out. You might notice that Ape Escape 2 is on 90%. I have every trophy in this, except for one. It's glitched. And I'll show you. Let's see if this works. It says, complete the showdown with Spectre. That's technically the final boss, but then it turns out, oh wait, he's actually not the final boss. So he's the penultimate boss. You need to beat him to then get this trophy, complete the final showdown. So when I defeated him, it didn't pop. But when I defeated him in the final showdown, this one popped. I went over the boss fight again, tried to fight it, defeated him, didn't pop. This was back in like 2016, 2017 time. I started the game again from scratch, defeated him again, didn't pop. So that was really frustrating. This is the only trophy that I need to get, and it's glitched. So that, you know, that's a standout for a pretty negative reason. But in my opinion, like, I am basically counting that as 100% because, you know, I have a trophy that would require the other trophy to get. So it's just glitched. What else do I have that I want to talk about? I want to talk about Borderlands 3. I don't actually physically own the game. I borrowed this game from a friend. Do I like the game? You know, comparing it to the other Borderlands, in my opinion, it's actually quite weaker. I thought this would be a really solid game just based on the trailers. But compared to Borderlands 2 and even the original, I think something's lost. I don't know what it is, but something there. It just didn't click with me. Will I still get the game? I will get the game. I will get the game. I just have to bear in mind that there are DLC trophies. And I did end up doing the DLC trophies for the pre-sequel because there were only a couple of DLC trophies. So I didn't mind doing that. But for a game that I'm not super excited for, will I do the 100%? Probably not. I will get the platinum for this game, but just not the 100. I can't see myself getting the 100% for this game. But I do see myself 100%ing all of the other Borderlands games. If I can do pre-sequel, I can basically do anything. Broforce, this is hard. This is a hard one. You have to basically play on the hardest difficulty and on Iron Bro mode. Again, it's very similar to XCOM. When you die, basically you die. So an underrated game here is Dangerous Scavenger. I got this game for under £1 and I got the platinum. Not a super easy platinum. It is easy, but it does take some time. So it's not one of these scrubby kind of really quick platinums. Solid game. What I'll end up doing is I'll probably end up making another video that is going over the platinums that I have currently. I think that would be quite interesting. But for now, I'll just go over the games that are basically in my backlog that are worth note. Downwell, this is a notoriously hard game, and the platinum is the same. It's brutally hard. If you look here on the trophy guide by DM Land, it's 8 out of 10. Yeah, like this is, you know, it's going to be skill intensive. It's kind of similar, kind of like Super Meat Boy. I know Super Meat Boy is on its own level, but it's that kind of style, arcadey, you die a lot kind of game. So I think just as a overall theme here, there's a lot of fighting games that are now not popular online, and there's online trophies that I need to get. I will probably need to boost, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, because some of these games like Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator, I can't see that game being popular online, especially that Guilty Gear Strive is out and it's really popular. So yeah, you know, Frostpunk, this is going to be a really difficult game, really difficult, and it's going to take a long time. Yeah, I've got this little extension here that tells me the oh yeah, so it tells me the difficulty and the 100. Sorry, the average playtime for the platinum. Let me just go over here. Little Nightmares. I technically have 100% on the base game, but I don't have 100% for DLC, and I'll definitely be doing that because it's such a fun game, I'm gonna wait until the DLC is on sale. Let's see, Mighty Number 9. This is gonna be such a slog of a game. I really don't like this game. I'm gonna try it again. I will try it again. If I find myself hating the game, I will stop playing this game, because I think the platinum won't be worth it at that point. You know, I'll keep you guys updated, but I won't be doing this until a long time. I want to get the games. I want to get the platinums that I genuinely want to get. Let's see. Prey, fantastic game. Again, it's going to be a little bit long of a platinum. I don't have the DLC, but I will definitely do the platinum. I might do the DLC. The DLC is quite different compared to the base game. I do have a lot of Resident Evils. I do own Resident Evil 5. I've just not played it on PS4 yet, but I do own it. I'll be getting all of the platinums for all of the Resident Evils. Resident Evil, I'm a Resident Evil fanboy. I love Resident Evil. The standout one here, though, would probably be Resident Evil 6. I don't particularly like Resident Evil 6, so that might be a little bit of a slog. But either way, it'll be nice to break up, you know, the Resident Evil games by having that, you know, over the top kind of action title, you know. So it won't be the worst, but in my opinion, like I don't really like Resident Evil 6. So Slay the Spire. This is going to be actually a difficult one. I know it says not available here, but this is quite a difficult game. It's a card-based game. and you need to do really specific things for the trophy, for the trophies and the platinum and that. Yeah, this is probably going to be one of the more interesting ones to do. Soul Calibur 6, I know it says 14 out of 49 trophies here. The other trophies are mainly single player. I've done I've done most of the multiplayer ones. I need to do character specific move ones. But other than that, this is gonna be a really easy one to do. Actually, it's gonna be a really easy one to do, and a really fun one. Team Sonic Racing, this is gonna be a slog. You have to not only beat every single track on hard, you have to then beat every single track on extreme in story mode. And there's such a weird trophy where I actually needed a second account, because the trophy is beat one of your friends' time trial times. You would think that would be easy, but how you beat it is you need to race against its ghost, and you can only do that through the leaderboard. In every other game, there would be a friends leaderboard tab that you would just switch, and then you can see all of the friends who have played this game and have a time. This game does not have it. Literally a global leaderboard, and that's it. So that means you have to find your friend from the rank. So you need to have a friend that will then tell you their rank on the global leaderboard. It could be in the thousands, and you would have to scroll all the way down. There's no way of manually searching this friend to their rank, and then play it and then beat them. Awful design of a trophy. They shouldn't have even made that trophy if they didn't have a friends leaderboard. It just made no sense to me. Made no sense. I did it with a second account. Yeah, it was just for the sake of, you know, easiness. Evil Within, on paper I should have loved this game, but I don't. The PS4 version, it's choppy. The way that it runs, like, there's some moments it's smooth, but when there's action, and even just randomly, it just slows down. The frame rate is just crap in this game. And the story didn't grab me at all. I played this game on Steam as well. I had this on the Xbox 360 as well, so I have literally owned this game 3 times, and every single time I have not enjoyed it. I will platinum this game though. I want to get the Akumu trophy, which is a mode that you get where you need to complete the game basically without getting hit. Because if you get hit, you instantly die. I'm pretty sure you can reload checkpoints though, so I don't actually think it's going to be that hard. You just need to... It's just a lot of trial and error, so... You know, that's from what I know. I might be completely wrong on that. What other games? Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Yeah, I'll talk about this one. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. This has got to be a hard one. A lot of online grinding that I would need to do, so I will need to boost. This game isn't popular on PS4 anymore. The online itself is not great to begin with. There's a trophy where you need to complete basically all of the missions. I think you can save 20 missions. You know, you can save yourself from doing 20 of the missions, but literally you need to do every other mission, and you're talking hundreds. You're talking hundreds of missions, and the missions are combos. So you have to do specific combos for each character for each mission. Most of the missions are really easy, so maybe from like 1, because I'm familiar with fighting games, it's really easy. So from 1 to maybe 7 or 8, they're completely fine, completely doable. But from 9 to 10, that's when, like, execution, you need to properly master the game and understand, you know, thoroughly the mechanics. So that's got to be a little bit difficult. White Boys with Attitude. The 100% is now unobtainable because it's delisted. there's DLC for this game, and there were DLC trophies. I didn't even realize that there was a DLC for this game. I actually love this game. This is a bit of a meme game. Think of Dance Central, but with the PS4 controller. So you're literally doing moves like this, right? So super cheesy game, but I love it. I think it's so endearing. These guys have so much confidence. You know, it's literally two white guys being rappers, rapping about, you know, their favorite things. You know, it's just crap. You know, it's crap, it's schlock, but I love it. And I actually ended up interviewing the game developer Michael Hicks, and he's a lovely man. He, you know, took time out of his day to do an interview with me, and yeah, and it's a great game, and he makes great games. And what's so interesting about the development of this game is he's known for puzzle games. So for him to go straight from puzzle games, kind of arty puzzle games, to off the wall white rapping, it's almost like mid 2000s, early 2000s YouTube. You know, it's a 5, man. I love it. I actually love it. No joke. Not being you know, satirical. I genuinely love this game. I only need one trophy from the base game, and that's beating WWA, so White Boys with Attitude, their high score in Where the Perp. And if you don't know, beating their high score means you have to complete the stage perfectly. You cannot make a mistake. So, and because it's motion controls, sometimes the game just does not recognize your input. And it says, oh, you missed that one. Oh, better luck next time. Even though you literally swiveled your little booty. You know, it's just... Anyway, anywho, still a fun game. Bit of a meme. You can't get any more, and you can't get the DLC. I didn't even realize that there was DLC, so I can never, from what I know, I can never 100% this game. I can't buy the DLC. The DLC was £1, by the way. The game was free. The game was free, and the DLC was £1. And they were promoting their album in this game, and you could actually download and buy their album on PSN. Of course I did that. I think it was like 3 or 4, like £5 or something. Of course I did that. I wanted to support the developer, especially since, you know, I got an interview with him. You know, the last game that I'll talk about, I know I could talk about the Yakuzas. The only thing that I can really say is I have completed both games, both stories. There are difficulty specific ones, and I need to do 100%. So like 100% in game. So that means doing all of the collectibles, all of the mini games, restaurants. I need to do everything. So, you know, that's it. But the last game that I want to go in depth with is XCOM 2. I did touch on this, that the game is excellent. I love XCOM 2. I picked this up on a whim. I'm pretty sure this was on PS Plus. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I got this through PS Plus. And it was just sitting in my library, in my games library for the longest time. Downloaded it on a whim, and I love it. I love the game. The biggest problem with it is how it runs. It runs like dog shit on PS4, man. It's such a shame. Such a shame. I will need to do one of these trophies ASAP. There's a trophy that it's either win a multiplayer match or like complete a multiplayer match. I want to get that as soon as possible because I don't know when the servers are gonna shut down. So, but as soon as I do that, then I'll feel happy just, you know, completing this game in my own time. XCOM 2, fantastic game. I love it. So much replay value as well. The customization, brilliant. The progression is good. The base building, good. The actual combat, hype as fuck. intense, hard. You know, it is strategy. You know, turn-based strategy. It's a game that I love. And I'm not really into super sci-fi stuff like this, and even strategy to a certain extent. But I love this game. This game is sick. This game is so cool. And we've done pretty well today, guys. We have done pretty well. We have went through every single game. We've went through every single game. We've went through my trophy cabinet, rarest trophies, trophy milestones, and I've just picked out a few games just for you guys to know where I am with my collection. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be updating my trophies weekly. So if there's like a particular game that I'm playing and I just want to voice my opinion on it, then I'll just, you know, bung my camera on and just talk about it and talk into the mic like this. So, yeah. I don't have anything else to say really. We'll keep in touch. You should expect to see more videos from me in no time at all. So thank you very much for watching. If you've stayed all of this time, thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble. And I will see you guys later. Bye bye.